There is a new book coming out. It's creating a lot of buzz and complications for New Jersey Governor Christie, who's in the middle of a re-election campaign.
That's right. The book is called Double Down, and it says Republican nominee Mitt Romney considered tapping Christie as a running mate, but declined over fears of his temper, his medical history, and his spending. So let's bring in George Stephanopoulos, who's host of This Week, who's got a show coming up this morning. Is this likely to hurt Governor Christie as he contemplates a run for president?
I'm not sure. One of the things it shows is real tension between Governor Christie and Mitt Romney's campaign. But Christie is the future. Mitt Romney's campaign is the past. Now, they did leak all kinds of information from his vetting file. It was pretty clear from this book that Governor Romney had a lot of questions about Christie. Said he was, always showing up late to events, was arrogant, even made fun of his weight. But I don't think so. And what we're seeing with Governor Christie right now is he is cruising to re-election Tuesday in New Jersey. Republican in a blue state, probably going to be the first Republican to get more than 50% in a generation in New Jersey. And he hasn't been coy at all about the fact that if he wins on Tuesday, he will be laying the groundwork for a possible presidential campaign.
And he pretty much brushed off the allegations in the book.
Said he's not going to read it. These guys are trying to sell books. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, the book also talks about the complicated relationship between the president and President Clinton as well. Very interesting book. But also, I want to talk about the president's website, the plagued healthcare.gov. It's not upside due to maintenance, extended maintenance problems right now. This is starting to affect the president in the polls.
Oh, no question about it. His approval rating right now, 42%, lowest approval rating of his second term so far, and it's been dropping all through this month. And it fits into a pattern of stories right now that the president isn't in control. He didn't know about the NSA spying on his allies. He wasn't aware of the problems with the website. This is something the White House is going to have to turn around. And it does beg a question of, given the fact that the White House and the president knew how important implementation of this Affordable Care Act was, how did they get so far without knowing how significant the problems were?
Huge embarrassment for them. HHS Secretary Sebelius really took a beating before Congress last week. They say it's going to be up by mid-November. If that doesn't happen, how much trouble is he in?
I think they're going to have to delay some of the requirements of the Affordable Care Act, but they insist, the White House insists, that they are making progress on these problems, and the website problems will be fixed by the end of November.
This among many other topics we'll be covering on the show coming up. Thank you, George.
Thanks,
guys.
And be sure to tune into This Week with George Stephanopoulos later this morning. George goes one-on-one with White House Senior Advisor Dan Pfeiffer and Republican Senator Rand Paul.